Hey, big guy. How you be? God is good all the time. As we was coming over here today, I quoted to the pastor, I said, you know, what was Jesus? What did Jesus own? He said nothing. I said, Jesus was just a panhandler, just like me. How y'all doing? My brother and sister, with y'all help a Vietnam veteran this morning. God bless y'all.
For as long as I can remember, I've been angry. I've talked to therapists and I've read books and gone to conferences and taken antidepressant medication. And then you meet someone like Happy and you think, what do I have to complain about?
Would y'all help a veteran for Christmas? Would you help a Vietnam veteran for Christmas? Merry Christmas and God bless y'all. That's what I do all day long. You know, and I don't fault the, I don't have nothing nasty. Hey, precious.
Hey.
How you doing, love?
Good, how are you?
You know I'm happy. God bless you. I don't have nothing negative to say to people for the simple fact that it's their money.
I moved down to Asheville about 4 years ago, and I had been in the city for about 48 hours. And I noticed there was a bunch of people gathered in a parking lot, and they were serving breakfast to the homeless. And I saw Happy, and I introduced myself to him. I said, "Hey, I'm Jay." And he said, "I'm Happy." And I said, as in a name or is that a disposition? And he said, "Both." Why are you always happy? Because I'm not always happy as you, and I got all these things.
Because in the Bible it said, what you lose on earth, you get it back at heaven.
Okay.
So,
Or what good is it to gain the whole world?
and lose your soul.
Lose your soul. That's what I love about you, man.
I didn't have a father. Well, I had one, but I didn't. My mother and her family migrated from Spartanburg, South Carolina to Asheville. And my mother did housekeeping. Since I was the fastest runner in the family, I ran real quick and ran upstairs and ran the water in the tub. Took my bath and went and laid, got in the bed and I threw my hands over my head. The ceiling busted open and this light came through. Me being 15 years old, I really didn't know what I was accepting at the time, but I said, well, I want it. So he said he'd come with a job. I said, well, what job? He said, you got to tell everybody about somebody who can save their soul. Hey, big bro.
How you doing today, boss?
You know, one day at a time.
Yeah, I got new pictures up today, man.
Yeah, they are. He done local this time.
Yeah.
Look right there.
Look who's there.
When I got out the military, I went to back to my neighborhood, and they was making, quote, fast money. So I wanted part of that. The police ran in on me one time. I pulled about 6 months, but that wasn't good for me. So I got out and went back and started doing the same thing.
I mean, we're talking about a man who has been through war, 3 tours of Vietnam, Hurricane Katrina. I mean, I'll let him tell that story, but as the water was rising in his own house, he's on the roof, and his own son was drowning.
The water rushed in so fast that it took the house halfway off the foundation. And my son slipped, and I went to grab him, but I couldn't. And I dove in the water, tried to get him, but it was rushing so fast I couldn't see him. I was more angry at God at the time than I was Katrina. And as we sat on that roof, I cried. And I looked up towards the sky, and it was this star shining down directly where we was. And the boy said, one day you'll see him again. but remember the job that you had to do. So from then I said, well, now is the time that I got to really rely on Jesus.
What I've seen in him is a resilience. There's been times when I've driven out to pick him up and he'd been sitting outside in the bitter cold for hours. And on cold days when nobody comes by, there's nothing in the bucket. There's no way for him to purchase a hotel room for the night.
How you doing this morning? I came back home and I started to working with this company called Sunshine Landscaping and Home Repairs. And I got bit right above my ankle, me being diabetic. I woke up that morning and went to step out the bed and I dropped. The doctor put on a mask and he got on his computer, he looked it up and he said, you done got bit by a poisonous spider. They went 6 inches past my knee and took it off. Back, I got cancer, 3 places. I got diabetes, high blood pressure, then I had 2 heart attacks and 2 strokes, and 17 operations, and I'm still happy. I'm still happy.
He struggles with discouragement at times, maybe anger, sometimes a sense of hopelessness. He chooses joy over sorrow. He chooses hope over despair. Here's a man who's very real.
How you doing, love?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm still happy. How you doing today? Good. Love you.
Good, darling, good.
I'm not angry at the good Lord because of the way things happen. More or less, I'm glad. By me being out there, it ain't about the money. It helps me. But I feel that my job is to turn them around and put them on that path back to the church, back to the Lord. Over the years, I met a lot of people who became not just a giver, but a friend. Come on. I wrote this lyrics a long time ago, and my mama told me, she said, baby, she said, it ain't nothing but a bunch of words on a piece of paper. She said, so it's time for you to sing this song. Long time ago, in this wicked world of sin, Jesus gave his life so I can live again. I kneel down to pray, and a voice from heaven said, take my hand, oh, take my hand, and walk with me.
In seminary, they teach you about statistics. And then you're on the street and you're doing ministry, and statistics have names, and names have faces and stories. And when these faces and stories become your friends, it gives you an energy and a fire and a voltage to proclaim the kingdom of heaven on earth. And the truth is, Happy's not a statistic to me. He's not just a cool story or a clever promo video for Exodus. He's my friend.